Our Tuesday ACC question is Florida State back? Our Wednesday version is Miami back. Mark Rogers TV, the voice of college football, breaking down the revised ACC schedules. So add Notre Dame, abolish the divisions, and add 2 conference games and get rid of all the non-conference games that are meaningful. All the ones that were added back in were against the group of 5. There are some possible upsets, but generally the big non-conference games are gone. All right, let's look at the Canes. And again, are the Canes back? We've been asking this question for 15 years. You've got the Football Power Index probability of victory versus mine. Of course, mine was devised before looking at the Power Index to not be influenced. The game on Thursday night is the first in the Power 5 as well as the ACC, with UAB going to Hard Rock Stadium as a 66-34 underdog. I'm going 83-17. Think it's more of a certainty, despite the Canes' struggles against a group of 5 teams last year. FIU in a loss, and Central Michigan in a 5-point win. All right, this stretch is difficult. So if the FPI is correct, Miami is going to be 1-3. I don't know where these numbers are coming from. They are ludicrous. Louisville lost to Miami last year by 25 points. The Canes should be improved. Louisville should be improved as well, although they're missing one of the best left tackles in college football. 83-17. That's ridiculous. 83-17. These are comparable teams. Miami, I'm giving a slight disadvantage to because they're on the road at Louisville, 53-47. Same with Florida State. Canes won the game 27-10 in Tallahassee. They've got Florida State at home. We're still trying to figure out home field advantage during this crazy 2020 season with no or few fans in the stands. But 73-27, I'm basically taking a pick'em game at a neutral site and making Miami a 58-42 favorite at home. All right, the Clemson game would be a monumental upset, but this is like historic upset. 97-3? Miami's got athletes. 85-15 makes a whole lot more sense. All right, Pitt should be a difficult contest, and I actually like the Canes a little bit better at home, but slightly there. Virginia, 64-73, the defending Coastal Division champions, but with a ton of losses, including, of course, Bryce Perkins at NC State, at Virginia Tech. This is the next number that jumps out at me, is that Miami is only given an 18% chance of beating Virginia Tech. I've got it at 54-46 in favor of the Hokies. Seems to make sense in Blacksburg. All right, the final stretch drive, you got Georgia Tech, Wake Forest, and in what could be a matchup to determine an ACC championship game bid, North Carolina. I also am intrigued by this Wake Forest number. Miami given just a 48% chance of winning at Wake Forest. That's the same number as me, you would say, but I'm giving Wake Forest a whole lot more credibility and weight in my rankings, in my percentages. And again, Miami given just a chance of 37% against North Carolina, and that's at home. So if you add up the FPI, Miami's only going to win 5 games. It doesn't exactly work like that, because if you understand percentages, if the FPI said a certain team, Team A, has a 30 to 35% chance of winning these next 3 games, 30, 35, and 30, let's say, well, that adds up to a probability that they should find a way to win one of those games, even though they're an underdog, pretty substantial underdog, in all 3 games, that they should win one of the games. But if you add it up individually, Miami only going to win 5 games. Those are my percentages. I've got Miami as a favorite in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 games. I'm tacking on a win for the Canes here. They lose at Louisville. They lose at Clemson, although I consider that game because maybe the Tigers slip up against somebody. Notre Dame would be the team that most people would think. We'll see once we get to the Clemson board. At Virginia Tech, I believe is going to be a loss, but certainly Miami could win that game, as I only have it 54-46. 3 losses for the Canes. They go to 8-3. Good second year for Manny Diaz in Miami. Would like to get your comments, your record projection, and of course, you got to subscribe right here at Mark Rogers TV, the voice of college football. We're getting you set for 2020, then we will take you through the season like nobody else.